You can hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, all right. Well, welcome and thank you everyone for joining me. We're going to talk about menopause and how to survive it and how your nutrition can support it. If you haven't attended a webinar with me before, here's just a little bit about myself. My husband, my daughter Julia. Also, I have 2 cats. I like to enjoy reading, running, reviewing nonfiction books, traveling, tracking and planning anything and everything. So please connect with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Viva Engage. This was definitely one of my favorite presentations to work on, so I hope that you'll be able to learn something from it. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not providing medical advice. Instead, I'm going to offer general tips. So please consult your primary care physician before making any significant changes, especially if you have underlying medical conditions or are taking medication. Okay, so today the goal is to offer accessible, actionable, evidence-based dietary strategies with significant potential to improve the quality of life of anyone entering or approaching menopause. So I want to bring hope to those that are going through this. You're not crazy, and educate all women on how to prepare for this and to manage this transition. Okay, so today we'll talk about the menopause plate. In a nutshell, the majority of your plate should be vegetables, followed by protein, then healthy fats, herbs, spices. We'll talk about symptoms. So during the transition from perimenopause to menopause, the body undergoes various hormonal changes, which can lead to various symptoms. We'll talk about the most common, how food can help to alleviate some of these, and what triggers to avoid. We'll talk about belly fat. Don't feel that weight gain is inevitable as you age. So before, during, and after menopause, your estrogen levels begin to wane, your metabolism slows, and making it more difficult for you to lose weight. But we'll talk about strategies to fight that battle. And we'll also talk about support, social, environmental, outside resources that can help you achieve your health goals as you age. Okay. As your body changes during perimenopause and menopause, so do your dietary needs. It's important to evaluate your diet because optimum nutrition during menopause will provide you with many benefits. Good nutrition will enable you to protect your bones, maintain a healthy weight, boost your mood, energy levels, and also help and alleviate these menopausal symptoms. Okay, so the goal is to eat to support optimal health, hormonal balance, and reduce the symptoms. I have this plate as a handout, so if you want a copy of that, please send me an email and I'd be happy to send it to you. All right, let's look a little closer at this plate. What should I be eating? You probably have noticed that as you've gotten older, you can't get away with what you were eating. It becomes more important to move away from these energy-dense foods. These are high-calorie foods, high in fat and sugar with low water content. So for example, the biscuits, the fried chips, fried chicken, pastries, candies, pies, cakes, and instead move toward nutrient-dense foods. And these are foods that give you a massive micronutrient hit of vitamins, minerals, and omega-3 fatty acids. Most women I speak with, they don't have like terribly unhealthy diets, but they tend not to eat enough protein or enough variety of foods. So today we'll explore optimal nutrition, how specific foods can help alleviate some of the bothersome symptoms, and of course, food strategies. Okay, so back to the plate, you'll see a main focus on protein and vegetables. It's especially important to get enough protein as we age. It's the building block of the body. It fuels detoxification, supports lean muscle mass. And there are 9 essential proteins that we must get from our diet. Your body cannot store them, so it's important to eat protein at every meal from high quality sources such as meat, poultry, eggs, oily fish, white fish, legumes, nuts, seeds, tofu. Increase your intake of vegetables. They're anti-aging, they're full of antioxidants, gut boosting, nutrient dense foods. And eating a wide variety of natural foods of every color of the rainbow every day will ensure you get the full spectrum of phytonutrients that you need to maintain optimum health. So the carotenoids, flavonoids, lignans, curcuminoids, etc. And of course, fiber, which helps feed the beneficial bugs in your gut. Healthy fats are key for your skin, help absorb vitamins, protect your heart, brain, bones, your waistline. As long as you eat the right fats and don't overdo them. We need the anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids, which help lower triglycerides, improve mood, balance your hormones, and help you feel satisfied for longer. So eat the full fat yogurt. Omega-3 fats are abundant in oily fish, nuts, seeds, avocados. Grains and fruits can be part of a healthy diet. Still, they're usually the first recommended to go if you have sugar dysregulation, digestive issues, or you're concerned about weight management. Herbs and spices are excellent sources of phytonutrients and flavor. Obviously, you want to stay hydrated. Focus on real whole food, avoid the processed food, the refined grains, the sugar, alcohol, and you want to keep your caffeine to the morning time so it doesn't disrupt your sleep. Okay, now a little repetition and reinforcement of the plate. You want to focus on real foods that you can feel good about and will contribute to optimizing your health. This is real food that is as close to its natural state as possible. It's primarily unprocessed, free of chemical additives, rich in nutrients like vitamins, minerals, fiber, phytochemicals. Again, think meat, poultry, eggs, dairy, vegetables, low sugar fruits, nuts, seeds, and legumes. And let's talk about variety. If you're not eating a variety of nutritious food, giving your body the protein, fat, vitamins, minerals it needs, you will signal cravings to keep eating until these nutrition needs are met. And again, we'll dive a little bit deeper into the specific nutrients you need, but changing up your vegetables and proteins is extra insurance that you're meeting your body's various nutrient needs. I have a link here to an article on 21 Reasons to Eat Real Food. To name a few, they're loaded with essential nutrients, heart healthy, better for the environment, reduce waste and energy needs, good for your gut, and support local farmers. All right. Protein and healthy fats. So most processes in the body depend on protein, which is found in all body cells, and it's vital for good health. So ensuring you have enough high quality protein, and these are complete proteins with all the necessary amino acids, will benefit your immune system, bones and muscle, hormone levels, skin, tissue repair, detoxification, and hair. Protein, it also provides satiety, so you feel satisfied and full longer. It'll also keep your blood sugar levels balanced. Good sources are chicken, turkey meat, eggs, fish, seafood, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, if you can tolerate dairy. Vegetarian sources include lentils, chickpeas, nuts, seaweed, quinoa, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and soy. Now, I mentioned high quality proteins. So you might be asking, well, what do I mean by that? And what would be a low quality protein? So low quality can mean that the food doesn't have a high quantity of protein. So for example, 1 cup of corn has 5 grams of protein, which is not very much. It can also mean it's highly processed or contains preservatives and additives. So low quality proteins like hot dogs, pepperoni, right? These are highly processed, have a lot of additives. Also, be careful of protein powders and protein bars. You want to check the labels to see what the protein base is, and if they're loaded with added sugars, artificial sweeteners, preservatives. Again, these wouldn't be my first choice for protein. Okay, so how do you boost your intake of protein? Well, try to get in at least 20-25 grams of protein at each meal. And here's a picture of what 25 grams looks like. And here are the top vegetarian sources. If you're having a salad, add some protein to it. Meat, nuts, seeds, seafood. Also, I don't promote snacking, but if you're going to have one, try to have a combination of healthy fats and proteins. So handful of nuts, hard-boiled eggs, Greek yogurt with nuts. My preference is that you eat more at your meals and avoid snacking. All right, good fats. Animal fat, fatty fish, avocado, olives, nuts, seeds. These are vital for health, especially during menopause. They include monounsaturated and polyunsaturated essential fatty acids. And these fats are needed for energy, to help absorb the fat-soluble vitamins, and to protect the heart, brain, and your bones. They are slowly digested in the stomach, so this gives you that sense of fullness, curbs cravings, you don't feel deprived, and they're essential for healthy cells. Just be sure that you're eating 1 serving at a time. So the recommendation is one serving at each meal. And there's some examples. So salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring, anchovies, caviar, cod liver oil, olives, coconut nuts like walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds. You get the idea. All right, so how do you boost intake of your healthy fats? Well, try eating fish 3 times a week, add avocado and seeds and nuts to a salad, maybe mix flax seeds or chia seeds into yogurt. All right, let's look at your lifestyle. It's important to review and alter your diet as you approach menopause so that your body can cope with all the hormonal changes. And a better diet will also help minimize many common menopausal symptoms. So you want to avoid processed and junk foods. Prepare meals from scratch to avoid unhealthy additives and extra sugar, and use plenty of herbs and spices to add flavor instead. Reduce sugar intake. Yeah, it's linked to numerous health problems, including cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and sugar can overwork your liver and make it unable to process estrogen effectively, which can cause estrogen levels to fluctuate, exacerbating menopausal hormonal changes. So instead of sweet foods, reach for the proteins and fats like nuts, olives, low-fat yogurt. Increase those healthy fats. So avoid the bad fats. And what I mean by that, bad, is those that are in many manufactured foods and highly processed refined oils like vegetable oil, soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil. The processing includes bleaching, deodorizing, which helps with shelf life and maybe the taste, it strips out, but also it removes the oil's antioxidants. And these oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which is a polyunsaturated fat that leads to inflammation in the body. So instead, you want to use alternative oils like avocado oil, olive oil. These are high in omega-3 fatty acids and increase, of course, your intake of oily fish, avocados, olives, dairy if you tolerate it, nuts and seeds. Reduce caffeine. So it stimulates the brain and central nervous system. Drinking too much causes excess cortisol to be released into the bloodstream, weakening your adrenals, depleting your body of nutrients, and interfering with hormonal balance and sleep. 2 things that you don't want to mess with. If you enjoy your morning cup of coffee or tea, just be sure to switch to decaf, lemon water, or herbal teas for the afternoon so that you don't disrupt your sleep. Cut out the alcohol. Yeah, it's high in empty calories. It plays havoc with hormonal balance and interferes with the liver's functioning to make it less able to clear out excess hormones and toxins. It also contributes to osteoporosis because it acts as a diuretic, leaching out valuable minerals such as calcium. And during menopause, women often become more sensitive to the effects of alcohol, and it can worsen hot flashes and insomnia. Just a word about calcium. Postmenopausal women account for 80% of all cases of osteoporosis because estrogen production declines rapidly at menopause. So women can lose up to 20% of their bone density 5 to 7 years after menopause. But getting enough calcium can help maintain bone health. Low levels of calcium can also contribute to anxiety, stress, mood swings, depression, and sleep disturbances. So be sure to boost your intake with milk, cheese, yogurt, broccoli, spinach, kale, cabbage, bok choy, all the good things. Minimize stress. So eating junk food causes more stress on your body regarding digestion and detoxification. So improving your diet does reduce this stress. Additionally, reduce worry in other areas of your life by embracing mental wellness exercises, exercising more, using some of the support resources that we'll discuss in a minute. The arrival of menopause into an already stressful life can cause additional stress with changing hormones. And long-term stress, we know, can suppress your immune system and affect your digestion, your liver, your heart health, bones. So it's really important to take care of yourself during this time of transition. Okay, here are some practical aspects based on the real food recommendations. How should you stock your kitchen? I recently gave a session on meal planning and prepping, and the biggest takeaway is that if you plan in advance, you can save yourself so much time, effort, and stress. Stocking your kitchen, the refrigerator, the freezer, the pantry with items that support your health during perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause will set you up for success. So let's start with fermented foods. Including these foods in your diet will help support the gut, the liver, improving hormone balance, mood, sleep, digestion, and absorption. Additionally, supporting the gut microbiome will improve the beneficial bacterial levels. Just be sure to add fermented foods slowly to your diet because they can cause excess gas and bloating as your microbiome reacts and adjusts. Natural yogurt, kefir, kombucha, miso, and kimchi are all good sources. Phytoestrogens, I will deep dive in a minute on these, stay tuned, but many plants contain phytoestrogens such as soy, cashews, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, alfalfa, garlic, cherries. Nuts and seeds, these can provide a good source of healthy fat. Just be careful about portion control. 1/4 of a cup is a serving, and that's just a very, small handful. So we might want to measure that out to make sure you're only taking 1 serving. Also, oils, we talked about avocado being a good option, olive oil, coconut oil, butter. Low sugar fruits, the goal is not to spike your blood sugar. Select berries, avocado, lemons, limes. Be sure to stock up on proteins. Again, as I said, many women undereat protein. These include cottage cheese, full-fat yogurt, meats, poultry. Of course, fish and seafood. Especially if you enjoy tinned fish, this can be very easy and convenient. If you're in the United States, I love the selection that Trader Joe's offers. Outside the US, I've found that most grocers also have many of the same wonderful offerings. So the smoked mussels, smoked salmon, tuna, sardines, anchovies, smoked mackerel. And then vegetables, they provide vitamins, minerals, good fiber for your gut, many options based on what is in season or available in your area. All right, let's talk about phytoestrogens. Phytoestrogens are plant estrogens, naturally occurring compounds found in a wide range of plant foods, most notably soy. And while the beneficial role of soy on menopausal symptoms is not 100% conclusive, the notion that incorporating soy-based foods has been around for a while and is certainly substantiated by multiple human studies, including a randomized controlled trial in the journal Menopause, which demonstrated that regular inclusion of soy reduced the frequency and severity of hot flashes as well as other symptoms. And the article is linked here. Commonly consumed soy foods include tofu, tempeh, edamame. Just be sure to buy non-GMO because soy is the most pesticide-laden crop. And I've already mentioned that you want to avoid soybean oil, which is highly processed and unrecognizable by your body. In fact, those with a soy allergy, like myself, can consume soybean oil because it is so highly processed that it contains extremely small levels of the allergenic protein. So it's wild, but they have proven it in clinical studies. Okay, other good sources of phytoestrogens include flax seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, walnuts, almonds, lentils, chickpeas, mung beans, yams, green leafy vegetables, and berries. So how to boost your intake? You can add tofu to scrambled eggs, stir fries, soup, salads. Make a seed mix and add it to your yogurt or salads. Enhance your sauces by adding lentils, chickpeas, spinach, or tofu. And one thing I want to mention and note, we're not talking about xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens, these are man-made compounds that imitate estrogen and can disrupt and lead to hormonal imbalances. So common sources of xenoestrogens are plastics like BPA, pesticides and herbicides, industrial chemicals like PCBs, personal care products that have parabens, household cleaners, air fresheners. The presence of xenoestrogens in the environment and the potential health benefits or health effects, have raised concerns for everyone, not just peri and menopausal women, but you want to avoid these if at all possible. All right, let's jump into the specific symptoms. Hot flashes and night sweats. These vasomotor symptoms are the most common menopausal symptoms of all and affect more than 90% of women. And women can experience a variety of symptoms, including the rushing sensation of heat, the facial flushing, uncontrollable sweating, heart palpitations, And night sweats can lead to significant sleep disruption and chronic fatigue. So what you want to try to eat more of is those omega-3s found in oily fish and flax seeds. Eat foods rich in hormone balancing phytoestrogens, as we mentioned, like the soy, the tofu, the chickpeas, the lentils. Cut back or avoid on triggers like hot drinks, alcohol, caffeinated drinks. Mood swings are extremely common. Maybe you have felt that they are erratic and uncontrollable, or maybe you feel low much of the time, or fine one moment, then suddenly irritable and tearful the next. Well, what can you do? Well, not that this will solve everything, but you can try to eat hormone balancing phytoestrogens like chickpeas, soy products, lentils. Eat foods rich in magnesium like almonds, Brazil nuts. Again, the omega-3 rich foods will also boost your mood. So the herring, mackerel, salmon, sardines, anchovies, etc. Anxiety. So during menopause, adrenaline and cortisol are released as the body tries to rebalance itself, while estrogen and progesterone levels gradually decrease. And this can cause the mood swings as well as heightened anxiety, which is often associated with heart palpitations, especially during perimenopause. So anxious feelings can be worsened by insomnia, creating a vicious cycle where minor worries become magnified. So you can eat foods rich in magnesium and potassium, so the quinoa, avocado, raspberries, nuts, seeds. If anxiety is a real issue for you, I would definitely avoid caffeine in all forms. Also boost your intake of vitamin D, so spend enough time in the sunshine, 15 minutes midday. And also you can eat foods rich in vitamin D like eggs, oily fish, mushrooms. And for vitamin D, many people are deficient, so I would highly recommend you ask your doctor to get your levels tested and then go from there. Fatigue and insomnia. So insomnia is a common problem during perimenopause and menopause. Many women find that they struggle to go to sleep, or they wake up in the early hours of the morning and can't go back to sleep again. In addition, many women wake up from night sweats, which further disrupt the sleep. And when sleepless nights persist, the result, can be debilitating. I mean, the adverse effects, your energy levels, clarity, focus, as well as mental health. You can eat foods high in iron, like red meat, spinach, lentils, plus plenty of high quality protein to provide energy and minimize feelings of fatigue. Again, avoid caffeine, especially in the afternoon, to help with sleep or not to hinder your sleep. And then, of course, you might want to try chamomile tea. Brain fog. Menopausal women can struggle to remember simple tasks and concentrate fully. I'm sure we all have funny or not so funny stories about this, but this can be both frustrating and distressing, and it can significantly impact many aspects of life. These symptoms are a physiological response to the depletion of estrogen, which triggers hormone receptors in the brain responsible for clarity. So you want to boost your intake of vitamin B12 through meat, eggs, liver, salmon, sardines to help improve the brain clarity and memory. Again, eat foods rich in omega-3s like salmon, sardines. Increase your intake of antioxidant-rich foods, so the citrus fruits, green leafy vegetables, avocado, turmeric, to help your brain. Joint pain and muscle stiffness. So many women find that the joints start to ache and feel generally stiff during menopause, especially first thing in the morning. And this is a result of the gradual reduction in estrogen levels, as the hormone is critical for good bone and joint health throughout the body. So eat omega-3 anti-inflammatory foods. Add turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and garlic to food when you're cooking. They'll naturally help reduce inflammation. Eat vegetables and low sugar fruits. Drink water to keep the tissues hydrated and supple. Limit the alcohol, which is a diuretic. Eat magnesium-rich foods such as almonds and spinach. All right, digestive issues. Fluctuating hormone levels can affect every part of the body, as I'm sure most of us are experiencing, including the digestive tract. So menopausal women commonly find that their gut health suffers, resulting in problems like bloating, fluid retention, constipation, and even conditions like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, may also worsen. So if you find that more intense symptoms like abdominal pain and bowel problems. So you want to use ginger in cooking to help reduce the bloating, boost your intake of fiber incrementally. You don't want to like eat a ton of fiber all at once and that'll overwhelm your system. We talked about eating fermented foods, the yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, feed the good bacteria. Gelatin found in bone broth can help improve digestion and protect your intestinal wall, and may also be useful in improving inflammatory bowel conditions as well. Skin and hair changes. Women frequently notice changes in their skin around the time of menopause, perimenopause, including loss of firmness and tone, an increase, unfortunately, in fine lines and wrinkles, general dryness, increased itching. Again, this is due to the delicate balance between estrogen and testosterone. So some women may develop acne and increased facial hair. It's not unusual for women to find their hair starts to thin and grow more slowly with a loss of volume and shine. You can eat omega-3 rich foods. It sounds like that's the solution to everything, but it does help. It helps keep your skin soft. You want to drink plenty of water to keep the skin hydrated. Eat foods rich in vitamin E. These are your nuts, seeds, eggs, green leafy vegetables, which help protect the cells. And vitamin C, your citrus fruits, parsley, and again, green leafy vegetables. These are all beneficial for maintaining the skin tissue. All right, your genital problems. So declining estrogen levels affect the lining of both the vagina and the bladder, causing these tissues to become thinner and more sensitive. And this results in an increased susceptibility to problems like vaginal discomfort and urinary tract infections. These changes are jointly known as urogenital syndrome of menopause. So you can consume cranberries. They've been proven to be beneficial for UTIs. They stop bacteria from attaching to the walls of the urinary tract. Be sure to get enough water. Not drinking enough will cause your urine to be more concentrated, which can irritate the bladder and lead to UTIs. Also cut back on that caffeine because it can irritate the bladder further. All right, what symptoms did I miss? You can share in the chat or send me in an email things that you're experiencing. Please feel free to share. When in doubt, though, I'm going to say that you need to really focus on eating a variety of whole, unprocessed foods. Okay. Let's talk about belly fat. Women during the menopausal transition typically gain an average of 1 pound per year, with over 70% of peri and menopausal women overweight or obese. Now, that is a US statistic. It is not global, but it is also not good. So why do women gain weight so easily during this time? Declining estrogen levels, it affects metabolism, it affects weight distribution. We lose muscle mass. This is why it's so important, just a quick plug for you, to do weight-bearing exercises, strength training to maintain those muscles. Because when you lose the muscle mass, it reduces your basal metabolic rate, or how much you burn while at rest. Decreased sleep affects your hunger hormones, so you're hungrier. Increased cortisol from stress can lead to an increase in stomach fat. And some of you may have chronic conditions or take medication that may make it more difficult for you to lose weight. So you'll probably start to notice that you can no longer eat the same amount as you did, as you used to without gaining weight. And one rule of thumb that for every decade, you should consume around 100 fewer calories. So for example, a 50-year-old needs approximately 300 fewer calories than a 20-year-old. Now, I'm not expecting you to count calories. This is just a formula that illustrates that your body does not need as many calories. However, you can maximize your diet to minimize weight gain in several ways. And I'm talking about nutrition options, but of course, you should talk to your doctor if you think there's something else, something more that's going on than just your food choices and behaviors. Okay, so tips for maintaining a healthy weight. Focus on protein. Eat high quality protein and healthy fats at each meal to balance the blood sugar levels. We talked about seafood, meat, poultry, eggs, nuts, seeds, yogurt, cottage cheese, soy. Fresh fruit. Don't eat out or have takeout meals too often, because usually they are highly loaded with sugar and calories. So try to cook from home so you know the exact ingredients and how much that is going into your meals. Portion size. So use a smaller plate and divide it up as we discussed, mostly vegetables, protein, a little healthy fats, herbs, spices. Add fiber to your meals so you feel fuller faster and feel full longer, and prevent blood sugar crashes and cravings. It also keeps your gut microbiome healthy. All right, cut out those vices. So eliminate and reduce the refined carbohydrates, sugar, the bad fats, alcohol. Track it. So record your food for a few days, 2 weekdays, 1 weekend, to see what you're eating in black and white. You can write it on paper or enter it in a program like Chronometer to see the nutrients. It'll bring awareness to your eating habits, and you can more easily see where you can make improvements. Okay, time for a pop quiz. Which of the following foods are rich in phytoestrogens, which may help balance hormones during menopause? What do you think? Red meat, soy products, white bread, or soft drinks? Oh, it's soy products. Yes, you guys are so smart. So tofu, edamame, miso, tempeh, natto. Remember that phytoestrogens are plant-based compounds that have estrogen-like effects and may help balance your hormones. So foods rich in phytoestrogens, we said, include soy products, flax seeds, sesame seeds, legumes such as lentils and chickpeas. Calcium and vitamin D are crucial for bone health during menopause. Which food is not a good source of these nutrients? So dairy products like yogurt, fatty fish like salmon, leafy green vegetables, or white rice. What do you think? White rice, yes. And if you look here, you'll see that it has very little nutritional value. Calcium and vitamin D are particularly important as the risk of osteoporosis increases after menopause. We talked about good sources, dairy products, the milk, yogurt, cheese, if you can tolerate it, leafy green vegetables, kale, collard greens, spinach, of course, the fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, and sardines. All right, to help manage weight and support digestive health during menopause, it's important to eat a diet high in fiber, saturated fats, simple carbohydrates, or artificial sweeteners. What do you think? The answer is fiber. And here are some good sources. Also not pictured there are berries, apples, quinoa, celery, broccoli. All right, omega-3 fatty acids can help reduce the risk of heart disease and alleviate mood swings. Which food is not known for its omega-3 content? Walnuts, chia seeds, fried chicken, or mackerel? Maybe these are too easy. All right, the answer, of course, is fried chicken. We want to seek out the fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, avocados, olive and avocado oil. We do not want to eat things that are fried in these potentially rancid or highly processed oils. All right, staying hydrated is important during menopause. Which beverage is best for maintaining hydration without exacerbating menopause symptoms? Water, coffee, alcoholic cocktails, or sugary sodas? Of course, the answer is water, and you should be drinking to thirst. Magnesium can help with sleep quality and muscle cramps, which can be beneficial during menopause. Which food is a good source of magnesium? Pasta. I think these are too easy. Pasta, pumpkin seeds, ice cream, or processed cheese? The answer is pumpkin seeds. And also almonds, dark chocolate, leafy green vegetables, they are all good sources. All right. Vitamin B, particularly B6, B12, support energy levels and cognitive function. So which of the following is a good source of vitamin B? Meat, fish, eggs, bread, soft drinks, margarine. Of course, it's meat. Yes, meat, fish, eggs, also dairy. Protein is important for maintaining muscle mass and supporting metabolism as well. So make sure you eat enough protein and your B vitamins. All right, 2 more questions here. True or false? Foods can support health during menopause, but are not a cure-all. What do you think? I'm saying it. It is true. I mean, you can eat all the right things, but it does not mean that it's going to solve all the problems. So, and we'll talk about support in a second. True or false? It is crucial to limit intake of processed foods, sugar, caffeine, and alcohol, which can intensify some menopausal symptoms like hot flashes and mood swings. What do you think? I think probably some of you want this to be false, but it is definitely true. Okay, I think you guys are awesome and you know your stuff. All right, let me just provide some tips here. If you live alone and feel like it's challenging to maintain healthy eating habits, this question has come up recently a few times. So here's some recommendations to help you stay on track. You can plan your meals. Again, this is if you are recently now cooking for one or maybe 1 or 2 and you're not used to it. Plan your meals, create a weekly meal plan to ensure balanced diet and avoid impulsive, less healthy food choices. Shop smart, so make that grocery list based on your menu plan for the week. Focus on buying whole foods, good variety, and figure out what works best for you. So maybe you used to do a huge grocery haul once a week, but now it's better if you go to the store like every few days instead to get fresh stuff. So figure out what works best for you. Cook in batches. Prepare larger portions of meals that you can divide into single servings and freeze maybe for later. This can save time and reduce the temptation to order takeout. Maybe you don't have the right tools, so you want to, it can make it way more enjoyable and efficient. So a good knife, cutting board, blender, good set of pots and pans, maybe glass containers for leftovers. Check out your kitchen and make sure you have the right tools. And maybe share in the chat if there's something that you actually could not live without in your kitchen that might help others. Learn to cook for one. So maybe if you're not confident in the kitchen, start with simple recipes. I'm sure there's many online tutorials, there's cooking classes, there's definitely tons of recipes online. It is different to cook for 1 or 2 versus a large family. So try out various methods and recipes to see what works best for you. Limit the junk food. So obviously indulging in junk food without others around is easier. So you want to limit the amount of processed foods and sweets that you keep around at home. So out of sight equals out of mind. Socialize over meals. So occasionally invite friends or family over for a meal. Sharing food can be a great way to connect with others and can make eating a more enjoyable experience. And lastly, listen to your body. So pay attention to your body's hunger and fullness cues. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're satisfied. I know that sounds way easier said than done, but mindfulness is very powerful. So you want to stay in the moment, take in the taste, the texture, the smells, the visual presentation of your food, and tune into your body. So make eating the meal an actual special event, just even if it's just for yourself. Okay. If you have additional ideas, please feel free to email them or share them in the chat. All right, now let's talk about getting additional support. Menopause affects everyone differently, and speaking with a doctor is an essential first step, especially if symptoms seem to be preventing you from enjoying daily activities. Your doctor can provide you with more information on what to expect during menopause, common symptoms, recommendations for managing them, advice on hormone replacement therapy, and other treatments. In checking with your doctor, and it's recommended that you have regular checkups with a provider that's knowledgeable about menopause. You might want to ask, should you be supplementing with magnesium, calcium, omega-3s, vitamin D? I mean, I mentioned these nutrients a lot this morning and some best food choices. However, maybe based on your situation, your condition, your medical history, whatever, your doctor may recommend that you take a supplement. Herbalist or a practitioner with extensive knowledge of herbal remedies, like a naturopath, medical doctor, a functional medical doctor, they can help you navigate natural herbal remedies. And I didn't mention these today because this is not my area of expertise, but for those interested, herbal remedies are a specialized group of plants containing many compounds that work together and can nourish and help the body function better. So for example, red clover assists with hormonal balance, valerian can improve sleep, black cohosh eases hot flashes and night sweats, oat straw and lemon balm reduce anxiety, licorice and marigold ease skin issues, etc. However, let me just restate that you should work with a qualified health provider before running out and buying these. Okay, now I know we may have some people here from the IMF or from the UN, but here at the World Bank Group, we have HSD programs, Health and Safety Directorate, and they have several supportive programs in place. If you're looking for a primary care doctor in DC, they have this MedStar Primary Care Clinic in the MC building. There's the US Preventative Medicine Plan offered, and the friendly URL for that is the preventative plan. The ergonomics unit, also linked here, these are all linked, can help you set up your workstation, offer stretching tips that you can do at your desk. We have monthly sessions at the Wellness Center at IFC that you can take advantage of. For mental health resources, there's individual counseling support, also meditation and relaxation programs, again, linked here. We had a HSD psychologist come do a session at the Wellness Center on sleep and guided meditation, and it was fantastic. I had never done it before, and it was a wonderful experience. And we definitely are going to have more sessions to come for that. And of course, you can visit their website for trainings. They have the guided meditation recordings there and more. Nutritionist. So to provide a personalized plan, address your symptoms and how to incorporate nutrient-dense foods, or if weight is your issue, they can provide a customized, tailored to you approach. I'm working on getting this as an offering for World Bank Group employees through the IFC Wellness Center. So stay tuned. We're in the beginning stages. You can go to Enter the Furrow Wellness Center for more information. And of course, please connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you're on Instagram. Okay, fitness centers in the IFC Wellness Center. So whether you're in HQ or another country, you may benefit from joining a fitness center, going to a spa or wellness center. Just to plug for the IFC Wellness Center, if you're in DC, come over and check it out. There's meditation rooms, nap rooms, interfaith rooms, high-tech massage chair, soundproof, more than one, soundproof consultation rooms, and more to come. So virtual and in-person offerings are open to all staff and consultants. So again, you can go to the Wellness Center website for more information. Okay. Family, friends, support groups. So be sure to educate your partner and family members about menopause so that they can be empathetic and supportive. Open communication about the changes and challenges can help maintain strong relationships. They can be a source of comfort and remind you to be kind to yourself and lean on others when you need to. So you can check out if there's support groups in your area through community centers or religious entities that you may want to participate in. If there's any other ways that you feel we can support you, please feel free to email me directly with your suggestions. Here's a list of resources at the bottom right that I've used for this presentation. Also, if you're interested, you can join the Viva Engage community if you're with the World Bank Group. Also, I have a nutrition newsletter that is shared. Regardless where you are in your journey, you can benefit from a diet rich in protein, omega-3s, phytoestrogens, fiber, magnesium, calcium, vitamin D. Stay hydrated, limit the processed foods, caffeine and alcohol, embrace a varied nutrient-dense diet for overall well-being, and don't forget to seek support to sail successfully through this transition. So thank you again for joining me this morning. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, please email me. And yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.